Hey guys, I'm MrPokke here. So just a quick little video for Stella Sora as we are about to approach the end of our half anniversary banner. So I essentially want to kind of just jump into the event itself, which is gonna be somewhat similar to if you guys have played like other games where you can essentially modify your different multipliers to get the respective scores as to how difficult you want this endgame to actually be. So the difficulty will basically scale up with whatever you actually want, right? So theoretically speaking, if you want to just upgrade and unlock every single one of these debuffs, it will make the current difficulty level go up higher and higher and higher and higher and higher, essentially getting to, I believe this is one of the highest possible that we can go if we tick every single box, which is gonna be looking 95. I would say this is gonna be really difficult, especially if you have no idea what you're doing, which is basically myself, because I kind of like it worse. I will just try to clear this as high as I can, namely just to get us the different debuffs to get the achievements you can see from Cosmic, from the sustain mode, as well as this different debuffs. You don't really need to essentially get every single one of these debuffs at a single time, so you can kind of just split them up as you go. I just to show like how difficult this boss fight actually is, I'm just gonna go ahead and try this right now with essentially every single one of the buffs with this current build that we have as of this moment. This is like my current best save running Otoha, so let's just see how this is gonna be looking like, right? The actual clear for this is not gonna be as whoa. Yep, our bro's name is literally Firefly, so just a pretty interesting concept. We will just always open up into the fight running off our damage. And you can see right here, we are literally dealing 1 damage at the start because of the respective buffs that we have basically applied, right? Really important to try to dodge out as much of the damage as possible, because this fight itself can be very difficult if you're going to be getting hit by way too much. And you can see you can't really even see the attack patterns, which is the red line. So the moment you are going to be getting hit here, it will start to get very crazy. We are gonna already be at the half health angle, so definitely quite difficult here. Trying to stay in the middle, trying my best to dodge everything. Okay, at least we dodged that, which is pretty good. Okay, dodge is gonna be unavailable here. Okay, so you definitely want to just not get hit by that. And we definitely got hit by that, but at least we can dodge out the final hit over there, which is gonna be quite nice. Still relatively manageable amount of HP. I'ma just be for real, it does get a little bit hard to see, but because we do have a little bit of the self-sustain, we are slowly starting to make our way back again. So just always try to move your steps such that we can dodge out all the AoEs. And then we are able to essentially deal with the guy in the middle a little bit more. You can press and hold to just get off the dash so they can catch up the enemy a little bit faster. From this point onwards, we are just getting it by that was a pretty decent chunk, but at least we do have a little bit of the self-sustain, which is going to be quite nice. Okay, gets us the ultimate, which does give us the invincibility, which is very good. Just need to dodge this hit over there in just a second. There we go. And then we dodge that in just a second, and then make her face all the way up here. Definitely dodge out the moves from the little lights. Okay, still doing okay. Okay, just dodge this. Just always keep moving. Okay, this is gonna be fine here. Alright, so this is gonna be the same move. You just wanna essentially dodge out all of those. Dodge that, and then dodge that, and then it's gonna be a second hit. Face the other direction, and then this is going to be okay. We are down to the last 30 seconds remaining. So let's just see if we can even get off like 1 break off of this, which would be at least giving us a little bit more damage output. But unfortunately, I don't think we're gonna be able to get a break because our damage is gonna be looking a little bit rough here. At least we are able to hold our ground all the way towards the end. I kind of just want to see what the score is gonna be like at the very last run. Okay, last 1 second, and that is going to be a little bit rough, guys. Taking a look at the stats over here. Fire Renze is gonna be our main DPS, but Otoha on our support skill build actually does constitute a little bit slightly higher of a percentage compared to that. So that is just basically kind of just how important she's gonna be for any Umbro team, especially as the versatile role, right? So that is kind of the most difficult content at ranking 38. I would not recommend this for anyone unless you are gonna be getting like vertical investments, getting like the right save outs in the ascensions, or even like the enough like discs as well as the talent levels, so that you can get at least a closer score. I would want to at least try to clear out these debuffs, which is going to be, for example, Cosmic Raspberry, Energy Overdraft, and Blade Hunger. Alright, so these 3 are gonna be like, for example, the different buffs that you can apply so that you can get the achievements, which can then be converted to clear out a little bit more points for this ongoing event, which is why I say the difficulty for this endgame boss is really just as difficult as you actually want it to be. There isn't really like a very big purpose as to whether or not you get the highest possible rating. It is purely just for flex purposes. If you just want to come here and clear out all of the content, like for example the achievements, it can be, as you can see here, very, very easily done. So the moment I take all those 3 different debuffs, it will give me the clear because the fight was very, very manageable. And if I can just get this affix, that's gonna be nice, which means we should be getting the quest right here to get us the clear, right? So just repeat and do this for every single one of these different quests. You are gonna be able to essentially full clear pretty much every single one of these achievements. So whether you want to make this to be like the most difficult fight, which is like almost impossible to do for like at least for my account, or just to clear out any of the one-time clear rewards, you can just go ahead and manage them accordingly for yourself, right? So the rewards that you're gonna be essentially getting, you can see over here, you'll get this little thingy that you can claim for a little bit more of these, and then you can then use that to come back into the actual event page, going into the event shop. For this is gonna be where you would want to ideally try to clear out the entire shop, because this is gonna be the update that's been happening for every single Stella Sora event, where you want to dump every single one of your stamina into the normal stage and just quite a quick battle this as much as you can, because you do gain a ridiculous amount of materials, as well as for your upgrades, for your relics, right, for your what you call ascension tracers, your even disc, and even an exclusive honor title if you're gonna be into that. This is gonna be lasting for the next, as of this time of recording, roughly 2 days and 2 hours, so it is gonna be resetting very, very soon. Highly recommend to just clear up every single one of these little items over here. We do have one for where you have a different lots of like mini games where you can guys kind of just experience for yourself, as well as this little brand new event mode where it's somewhat of like a turn-based card event where you want to just get all the different cards with their respective effects. So once that's going to be happening, you can start a turn, and then you're just going to be going up. You can kind of just order this if you want to, and the game will essentially play by itself, trying to earn as much of this money as possible by the end of this road, right? Just a little kind of a mini side game for you to experience. And then last but not least, we do have ourselves the boss Blitz, which is going to be ending in 2 days. I did this for the previous showcase where we did the Otoha guide, so this is going to be essentially getting the max star clear. I'm not too concerned with the leaderboard ranking whatsoever, so just for like a demonstration purpose, since we already reset our score, we'll just do one last run right here. We are pretty much just gonna be running my Rave team, which is gonna be one of, if not my second strongest DPS. Unless you want to run the Mark team once again, which is also going to be extremely popular, but this should be able to easily get us to clear out the way, which should wrap up most of the endgame content that you're going to be wanting to accomplish, at least for this rotation in Stella Sora's update for the half anniversary. The next update is going to be coming relatively soon alongside the new unit, so ideally try to clear all of these before the end of this week so that you can get your max reward clears. I would say even till now, Stella Sora has been a very chill side game where like even a tourist like me, like we don't really know how to min-max, right? I just let auto battle do every single one of those things. We are still able to essentially enjoy this game to almost the 100% of its efficiency. On top of that, I am 100% free to play. I have not spent a single dime on this game whatsoever, and I have been able to, at least for myself, to get every single limited character so far. Didn't really go for most of their discs, and I did not choose to invest in, for example, the war team. So I skipped out on Frisia, I skipped out on Chitose, as well as the previous unit that came, I believe it was Donna. So this patch currently is gonna just let me consolidate my overall main DPS. There is gonna be Fire on Fuyuka, Wraith, which is one of my favorite character design for reasons, as well as the latest update towards Fire Densei, which is going to be the update with Otoha, right? So I'll be looking forward to see if we can actually get ourselves a light DPS upgrade in the future, because I unfortunately did not join this game during the Xia banner, so that is the only other team that I feel like it does feel a little bit bad that we kind of missed out a little bit. Also, I should definitely start focusing a little bit more, because we need to clear with all of these boxes, because they are dealing like kind of high damage over here, which is like my bad, because I've just been yapping non-stop without really paying attention to things. So that is gonna be that. Okay, we are gonna take a lot of damage here, which actually low-key we are gonna be, even with that performance, we are still able to get ourselves the 7-star clear. So that would mean that we will be getting pretty much the full reward. I'm actually kind of curious how is this leaderboard score gonna look like actually. So even with that, when we died halfway, we are around 7,680, which honestly is dangerously low compared to the top ranking players in this role. Final ranking is gonna be settling in roughly a couple more days actually. I believe it's just in 2 more days, so when this thing resets, we are gonna be able to see the leaderboard reward. Right now, I'm at 20 to 50%. I'm absolutely certain we can definitely hit 10 to 20% if possible, so that we can at least get this a little diamond, right? Alright, let's try this again with hopefully a better score. Okay. He's gonna do the golem. And then we kind of want to make a dodge. Alright. Gets off the break here. Okay, for the break part, it's pretty chill. I just need to get rid of the spears as fast as possible for avoiding majority of the damage later on. Okay. That's very good. Alright. That is okay. Okay, let's stay away from the little squares so that we can avoid the damage. We have one last thing available. Almost weakness broken. Okay. Alright, so that is gonna be looking a lot better, which is gonna be like 60k clear. Hopefully we can actually reach top 10% of this if that is gonna be possible. Wait, let me take a peek. Combined score is gonna be looking at, okay, this is 5386, so we are, oh, okay, we actually did not change. With that, we come to the end of a quick little Stella Sora endgame checklist for the Otoha update for half anniversary. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Word of the day is gonna be endgame. Join Twitch, join Discord, use code POTEMS of GamerSubs, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care.